One of the more essential parts of my bike packing kit, along with say my sleep kit and my cook kit, is hydration. Not only are we sucking down water all day when we bike pack, but we also need a place to store that water. Hydrapak has gained popularity in the water storage arena over the last handful of years, and I found myself using their products for both cycling and skiing over that time. Earlier this month, they launched their new water filtration system to their growing range of products. And I recently got my hands on one to test on a recent trip to Arizona, as well as locally. And here are my thoughts. Let's do it. So before we dive into the review, I just wanted to let everybody know that this video is supported in part by Terravel tires. Like many cycling brands, there's a passionate group of cyclists behind Terravel. Their tires are designed and inspired by the routes and terrain they've ridden. And that's why you may notice Terravel tire models are named after specific regions with distinct terrain and even trails in some cases. So to learn more about Terravel's development process and a bit more about their tire models, you can hit this card right here or find the link in the description below. Hydrapak launched a bunch of new products at the beginning of February 2023. The goal, or so it seems, was to create a line of super lightweight and compressible water filtration systems. They launched their 6-liter Seeker, which is a 6-liter gravity filter that uses a 28mm inline filter, which can also be purchased separately. The 28mm filter can thread onto any standard plastic water or pop bottle. So if you are looking for more of a temporary filtration solution, having that 28mm filter seems like a nice option, but I have not tested this product yet. They also launched the 3-liter Seeker, which comes with a 48mm filter. Both the Seeker series come with a bladder that is more in line with their flask material, their lighter weight flask material. And then they also launched the Flux 1.5L filter, which is the one I tested. It too comes with a 48mm filter, which can also be purchased separately and is compatible with any 48mm threaded Seeker or Flux hydration receptacle. More on the Flux Bottle soon. But first, I want to quickly dive into the pros and cons of collapsible water storage. For bike packers or really any backcountry traveler where space and weight are top of mind, having something like the Flux is nice because when you need to filter water, it can do that. And when you need to carry extra water, it can also do that. And when you don't need that extra capacity, it collapses down, making room for other items. And that's what I did for this particular trip recently and have done more so in the past year. Instead of using a hydration bladder and hose, I carried 2 collapsible bladders of sorts and 1 water bottle. When there's a long stretch between water sources, I would fill up all 3 water vessels to capacity, which was 3.5 liters. But when I knew I'd be crossing water, I would simply fill up maybe around 2 liters at a time. After all, water is weight. By not filling up that 1.5 liters, I'm saving 3.3 pounds, which is a lot when you're climbing, say, 10 miles. Now I know this is not always realistic, and having more water is just a safe bet. But this simply gives you more options. The downside here is that, well, it's a soft bottle still, which means they are more prone to punctures than, say, a hard plastic bottle. So I was a bit unsure about the 1.5-liter Flux soft bottle at first. I initially wanted to carry 3 liters on this trip in 1 bladder, but I ran into space issues with my viral Derive I was testing. It couldn't quite fit a 3-liter bladder in my frame bag along with other items I needed to fit in there. So in the end, the Flux 1.5-liter made packing my frame bag easier. And along with my other 1-liter auxiliary bladder stacked on top of the Flux, it worked really well when I needed full water capacity. When you look at the photos online, it seems like the Flux was going to be similar to all of their soft flask offerings, which is really lightweight material that packs down really well. But the Flux is slightly different. While it's still very lightweight and packs down pretty darn well, the Flux is made out of a dual layer film laminate construction. It's like a hybrid of sorts between a hard water bottle and a soft flask. It stands up on its own, it's much more robust, and comes in a slightly oval shape, which actually really helped for fitting in a bike packing frame bag. So I've always been a little nervous about the lighter weight material in the Katadyn Be Free bladder, which is actually made by Hydrapak. And my buddy Austin actually just poked a hole in his on this most recent trip. But the Flux can certainly take a little bit more abuse, and when you have it, say, rattling in your frame bag, that's some solid peace of mind. It held up great, and the 42mm threaded top is big enough for filling in, say, a sink faucet, convenience store soda machine, water dispenser, or in large rivers or small streams. The other half of this system is a 42mm thread-on single stage hollow fiber filter. The top comes with a dust cover here, and under that is a twistable nozzle that locks, making sure no water leaks out, something I really appreciate after my bee-free cap started leaking on me. When the nozzle is open, the flow is actually really fast. Hydrapak claims it filters more than 1 liter per minute and has a lifespan of 1,500 liters. I actually found that I could filter slightly faster, but I was pushing pretty hard, which might not be recommended. Both the new 42 and 24mm Hydrapak filters remove common protozoa, cysts, and bacteria to EPA standards, with the less than 0.2 micron filter. However, there is a chance that a smaller bacteria can move through the filter, so if you have any doubts about your water source, it's not a bad idea to also treat with chlorine dioxide. More can be found about water filtration at the card right here, or you can also click on the link in the description below. Although there is no real instructions on cleaning the filter, it looks very similar to the Katadyn Bee-Free filter, and they have some nice instructions on how to clean theirs. It's super easy to self-clean. You shake it, swirl it, rinse it in clean water to remove any grit and grime out of the filter. And because of these similarities between the two, I did a bit of digging to see if Katadyn actually made the filter for Hydrapak, but I found that the EPA company number was actually associated with Diarcon, a Chinese company that makes portable water filters. Overall, the filter is nothing new here. It works as intended and filters out most of the bad stuff, even sediment in water. But what I came to really like was the durable, soft bottle. And with the 42mm thread-on filter, it can fit a wide variety of Flux soft bottles or Seeker bladders, making it easy to mix and match based on your trip. My plan here is to actually purchase the 2-liter Seeker bladder and use that in my frame bag alongside a top tube mounted Fidlock bottle that I've really come to like, and I'm gonna use that for this summer. I do kind of wish that the Flux came in a 2-liter variety, as there are some clear durability benefits with the dual layer laminate. The Flux 1.5 liter bottle plus filter will run $55 USD, somewhat in line with the LifeStraw and Katadyn, if not slightly more expensive. All right, so what do you think about the new Hydrapak filters and hydration vessels? Leave a comment in the comment section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, paddle further.